We got the MLB kickoff. So opening day was last Thursday, was last week. We can look at some of the games. Just checking out some of the standings if we want to really like nitpick at it since it's really the first week of baseball. The Yankees, the Brewers, and the Marlins are head over heels the best teams in baseball right now. I mean, you got the
I mean,
Dodgers, but they got 2
we
losses.
got preface. It's been what, a week?
Yeah. How about the Marlins starting out at 5-1?
I mean,
The
you gotta
Nationals
respect it.
opening day, beating the Phillies 13-2, and then winning a series against the Cubs to start the year. And then you got the Brewers, where they are always 5-1 at the top of the division. The Yankees 5-1 at the top of their division. But the Red Sox are 1-5, and they were supposed to be a team to contend in the AL East.
I mean, I've said it before already. The Brewers started 0-4 last year, lost every game like 11-2, and went on to win 97 games.
Yep.
If you're panicking at this point in the season, I don't know what to say.
Right.
Now about individual performances, I think that's a little bit different. Caleb Durbin, for example, former Brewer, 0-14 to start the year, not good. No matter how you slice it, that's terrible. But I think if you're overreacting about a team, like at this point in the season, it's just kind of useless to me. I don't really give it at least 2 or 3 more weeks to get a 20-25 game sample size before we jump the gun too much. The Pirates started 20-8 one year and finished like 75-87 or whatever. Like things happen. Teams start out the year hot and then they're terrible the rest of the way. It happens. Like, I don't know.
The league always has a way of balancing itself out. That's why it's 162 games.
Although I do want to say the Marlins, they were like a sneaky, scrappy team towards the end of last year. In the second half of the year especially, they really started to pick things up. If they can get their pitching under control this year, and obviously Owen Casey I thought that was a really smart move acquiring him from the Cubs because he gave the Brewers some headaches last year in that one series where he played. I think he's going to be a solid player for them for the future, and I actually like the direction they're going in.
How about the Marlins not giving up Sandy Alcantara at the deadline, and now he's looked like Cy Young again his first 2 starts. Obviously, granted, like a small sample size, he played against the Rockies and he went against the White Sox. We get it, but from where he was last year,
the White Sox lineup isn't half bad. It's more their pitching that's the problem.
When you look at where he was with Tommy John last year, he's coming back from Tommy John. He's trying to get back to himself. He never really got able to get back to himself. So he came into this year, and like I saw MLB Network, a lot of the guys, I think it was Dan Plesac or something like that, or someone else, I forgot who it was, but he was like, a pitcher normally coming out of Tommy John, his second year is always going to look good because he's finally healthy. He's really had the whole off season to recover and to warm and to prep for the season, and dude looks like he was in his prime, like he was before he got injured. So,
I mean, not only that, his stuff was still there for the most part last year. He just couldn't put it all together. Like, if the stuff is still there, there's the chance that this could happen. And I mean, this Marlins team could make some noise. That AL East or NL East, excuse me, is very competitive with the Braves, Phillies, and Mets all looking to make deep runs in the postseason this year. But Miami could be like that. If you've seen the movie Major League, kind of like the Indians in that movie a little bit, where it's like kind of a little bit of a band of misfit toys and they come together and they do their thing.
Yeah, and about that Owen Casey trade, that hurted a lot of Cubs fans, and it really resonated a lot with how they started the season. But when they saw Edward Cabrera take the mound and actually look how he looked in his first start, he throws Sunday, how he looked in his first start, I think that really eased we got an actual solidified, a bona fide, real high octane, pretty good arm that we got from Owen Casey. We didn't just give up nothing. We didn't just give up Owen Casey for nothing. And we all knew this. We knew Edward Cabrera could throw the ball. We all knew he had one of the most vicious changeups in the entire league. But it was just a matter of getting that ERA down. And he looks really good with Tom Ottavy.
I think it's going to be a really good battle this year again between the Brewers and the Cubs. It's probably going to come down to the end. The Brewers look small sample size, of course, and they played two, I would say, below average teams so far in the Rays and the White Sox. But they've taken it to both of those teams. They won 14-2 on opening day. The offense, Bryce Terang looks like a star. He looked like a star in the World Baseball Classic. He was a star most of last season. I think, unfortunately, he's probably going to be gone after this year. We just don't have the money to keep him. He'll look great in Dodger blue. But, I mean, let's be real here. Come on. But either that or pinstripes. Like that's where I feel like it's going to end up. But, I mean, Milwaukee's also doing this without Andrew Vaughn. He played game one. And Jackson Chourio also has yet to play this season. Like, they're doing this without two of their top hitters in the lineup. And I think that just makes it so scary for the future. There's an outside chance we see some top prospects come up this year. Jefferson Caro already came up for one game earlier last week on Sunday. He made his debut. The pitching, I think it's going to be a work in progress throughout the season. The Miz has looked great so far. Woodruff had a solid first outing. His velo was down, but I mean, I think that's definitely going to improve throughout the year. Sproat had a really bad first game, but I think he's going to turn it around. I think it was just nerves a little bit, having it be your first time in a new jersey. I don't think he's going to be awful the entire year, but I mean, what do you think about the Cubs so far?
Mediocrity right now. Offense looked up and down. One game they're scoring a lot of runs. The next game they're not doing anything or barely can get a ball out of the infield. But still so early, and they played in like subpar temperatures at like 41 degrees right at the lake. So it was really cold in those games that they played in. Besides, I think opening day in the second game, I believe. But offense looks good. We see the potential of what they can do, but mediocrity right now. The starting pitching looks pretty darn good, I would say. Except for that one blender from Matthew Boyd and Shota, but Shota throws tomorrow.
Kind of predictable once you get Steele back.
Yeah,
you can kind of phase those guys out of the rotation a little bit. Boyd, I wasn't very high on coming into this year. He had a bad second half. He looked rough in the World Baseball Classic when he pitched. I'm not really a Matthew Boyd believer this year.
Me neither. I think he will slide down into Shota's spot, in my opinion. I think he'll be that third starter. I think he would be that third starter, and then you would put Steele back at 1 and Horton 1A and 1B.
I mean, and Cade looked really good. I think you could even put him in slot 4. And if Shota is better than him this year, you could move him down even further. Like if Shota does turn it around a little bit.
Yeah, we won't see Steele till like May anyway, so we'll have a real sample size of who we should throw in the bullpen and who we should go back to, or if we should run a 6-man rotation. Because
I think Cade is your ace at this point. I don't care that Boyd started opening day. He's your best pitcher. Cabrera, I could say there's definitely an argument for him being 2, and how depending on how Steele comes back from his injury, that could be 3 right
there. Yeah, if Steele comes back and he looks as good as he did before he got hurt, he's the ace, obviously. But it would be Steele, Horton, maybe Boyd or Imanaga, and then Cabrera, and then Taillon. That's how I would look at it. Taillon looked good too. He looked darn good as well.
I heard he had a rough spring though, so I mean, I don't know. Like spring training, you got to kind of take with a grain of salt too.
Yeah.
Just because it's so strange.
I mean, both sides of the ball defensively, they look really good as well. Both sides, pitching and offensively, they look good. It's just that they haven't scored enough runs to be 5-1 or 6-0 or whatever. But I mean, the talent is there. They will be competing for another playoff spot, and I'm excited to see where it can go from here.